Pastor Aditya Tobias stated, it has been, Toastmasters Talks Prostate Cancer has been a while in the making. And the mere fact that it's actually happening this evening, I'm extremely ecstatic about it. I'm really jubilant. And to see the amount of people here as well that came out for this information is also, very joyful, because it's something that is a taboo in our nation. Black men having prostate cancer and are silent about it. When the thought came up, it was rather between girls, because I was having a conversation with some friend of mine, and I was like, we hear so much about breast cancer and cervical cancer, but we don't hear anything about prostate cancer. Indeed, there was a couple stuff done in the past with prostate cancer, but there's no light being portrayed on this particular illness. The thought, let's do something. And I'm really grateful to Toastmaster Clayton, as I said, to Toastmaster Clayton. Here it is. Take this and run with it.
When I was asked to do this by my president, Aditya Mamanda, to share this event, I have two little voices in me. One said, why you? The other one said, why not you? The one that said, why me, knew that the prostate cancer thing was one that hurt me a lot, because I saw my father suffered, eventually he died. The other one that said, why not you? Knew that I was perfectly placed to talk about it. That's a killer disease, ladies and gentlemen, prostate cancer. It hurt me watching my father die. He suffered for years, and one day he called me, he said, get to Dominica right away, and I went down and I watched him die within a matter of 2 or 3 days. My father meant a lot to me, really a lot to me. He was my rock. My father taught me, I always say he taught me when I knew, and I looked up to him. My father was this high, but when my father talked, everybody listened. Everybody heard him. I remember when I came to St. Martin and I worked at Mullen Bay, I saw another gentleman who, when he talked, we all looked at him. We all listened to him. He talked with wisdom, he talked with intellect, just like my dad. And I never told him that, but I looked up to him a lot. And he, I understood, was diagnosed with cancer. But he, unlike my father, he beat the cancer. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about no other than Mr. Michael Ferrier, who's sitting right here with us. We have a packed program for you tonight, but before we go into the program, I want to give you a little information to ponder on. In the Caribbean, we are known for our sun, our sea, and our sand. People come from all over the world to enjoy St. Martin and the Caribbean. But do you know that in the Caribbean, we are also known for the highest rate of prostate cancer in the world? We are known for the highest rate of prostate cancer in the world, in all the islands of the Caribbean. And one of the islands that hold that distinction of having the highest rate of prostate cancer is the island of Guadeloupe and the island of Martinique. That is followed closely by the islands of Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, and the other islands in the Caribbean.
Life is a journey, full of connections. You're in safe hands, even when life starts too soon. You don't have to miss a single beat. bad hair day makes you sad, just sharing can bring you joy and more to come. They take the plunge, turn fear into faith, while you capture those beautiful moments. In the game of life, it's family that counts. They'll be there even when you lose. We all have our moments of reflection and hope. And when you feel you're losing everything in life, we're there because there's more to come. When life starts too soon, you don't have to miss a single beat. We're here to connect you and share life. Telcel, when you want more.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
And the plan of action that we have in mind is first and foremost to work out agreements with the banks, on the banking institution on the island, to say we're going to provide the guarantees. But please, when we send you a list of young men and women, professionals who are coming with a business plan, how they want to develop a business as young men and women, work with them, and we would support, like I said, provide that guarantee. The idea, again, is to jumpstart the economy, but not just with investors, potential investors who might come or who might not come from France or from elsewhere, but to make sure that you promote a group of young potential businessmen and women who would create employment for themselves, but also for their neighbor, for children, or for their cousin or their brother and sister. These small investments can help greatly and resetting the economy of St. Martin. And the whole idea of solving the unemployment issue is not to give a fake lie, just like how another team did, Mr. Gibbs, supported by the former mayor. It's not to lie to the people that you're going to bring in the Jutras Canadian group who are going to invest 800 million euros, and they're going to develop a massive structure on the waterfront. Well, let me be clear on one thing. Our economic policy will not include selling out our waterfront. Let me be crystal clear on that issue. Yes, there's an urgent need to develop a facility that could attract small cruise lines with visitors that have purchasing power. We would be interested in this type of business, and yes, we would be building a facility to attract those type of ships, and also mega yachts in our harbor. That's how we could bring business back to Marigot, but it is out of the question to sell out our waterfront to the highest bidder.
Cooperation of the government of St. Martin, the cooperation of the business sector, together we have to make this university something that we are proud of, like happens on the other islands. Now we have shown within 2 years that we can actually rub shoulders and be on editorial boards and be publishing internationally and also making our mark internally. I trust that with all the things that we're doing, that those that have the means and the power will actually begin to see that and say it is important to invest in our own. Because if a student of St. Martin wants to say, I want to actually go to Yale University, Usually that's not possible. Nowadays, perhaps, slowly, because of the mark that the USM is making, someone can say, you know, registrar at Yale, look at one of these big books that you've published, and you will find the University of St. Martin in it. That will allow students to transition to these larger institutions if they want to, because then they can see that there is a credible institution on the island. What is far more important is for us to build up the institution here on the island, to make sure that in the cooperation we right now have with UVI at USM, that we can invest, so that everyone here on St. Martin has that opportunity to climb the social ladder.
Oh my, what an inventory list, and so unnecessary. But wait, your home contents are all insured by Be Sure. That means that you determine the amount you want to insure. No inventory list, no hassle.
Are you Be Sure? Be Sure.
Bob, I can understand why you're parking so carefully. Of course, when you can get 80% discount on your Be Sure car insurance. But that's overdoing it, Bob.
Are you Be Sure? Be Sure.
Yeah!
Here we go. This is freedom, this is life. Happiness is all I'm seeking. Carpe diem, I'm seizing every day, not just the weekend. Here's to all the good times that have come to last. Here's to living in the now.
When you can afford what you crave, life just gets so
So
good.
alive and I'm feeling good, so good, so good, so good. Hey, I'm gonna live my life, feeling good, so good, real good, so
KFC, so good for everyone.
These are the doors that never close. These are the hands that make a difference. These are the walls that could tell countless stories of helping and healing, of storms weathered, of change and growth, of a place where life begins, where hearts are mended, and where hope grows stronger. For more than a quarter of a century, the physicians, medical professionals, and staff of St. Martin Medical Center have combined advanced medical technology and compassionate care to bring a world of medicine to our friends, neighbors, and visitors to the island of St. Martin we all call home. As proud as we are of what we have accomplished, we believe there is still much work to do to continue a proud tradition of providing everyone in our community with the latest technology, the best medicine, and the most exceptional care. St. Martin Medical Center, celebrating 25 years of serving, caring, healing.
In the Netherlands, as you know, one of the process that changing the constitution, because the electoral reform calls for changing of the constitution, making changes to the constitution, and that before you can amend the constitution, you need to first get the, as they call it, the feelings of the kingdom government. So prior to sending it to Parliament for a debate and approval,
we have to send it to the Kingdom government, which we did, and they get their advice from the Council of State. We also sent it to the local Council of Advice via the governor, and they too would submit their advice. In a brief discussion with Minister Rutte while we were in Cuba, he mentioned that it should have been on the agenda for the Kingdom Council this past week, but that he was obviously not going to be in the meeting. And he kind of said that he think there was some legal question that they had about it. And that's as far as the discussion had gone. Prior to going to Cuba, I wanted to call Minister Plasterk, or rather Peter Donner as well, who heads the Council of Advice. But I keep forgetting the time difference. So at the end of the afternoon, when I picked up the phone, I realized it was past midnight, and I did not worry to call. So this week, now that I'm back, I will make sure I call during the day to find out if they've made any headway with it. But we are excited about it, of course. It's an issue that we've discussed with the other Kingdom partners, with the other prime ministers, in terms of getting their feeling. And generally the feeling is that it's something good to pursue, because one of the concerns that the Dutch have had is what they call the free mandate of members of parliament, in Dutch, the vrije mandaat, that they were afraid that we would restrict a member of parliament once elected. And we are not taking away the right of a member of parliament to break away from his or her party. We are not taking away their right as to how they can or cannot vote in parliament. What we are saying is, with the support a government needs to get support from a majority, and we are saying that that support has to come from one or more political parties, since to participate in the election, you got to be part of a political party. No individual can take part in an election. You have to register a political party before. The political party has to live up to certain criteria, has to be subject to the law on campaign financing, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a lot of focus on political parties. And when seats are assigned, they're not assigned to the individual. It is the party that wins seats. You can get a party probably winning 4 or 5 seats, but none of the individuals in that party would so-called win their seat outright.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
One,
2,
3,
4. This is how common it is to develop a mental illness. 1 out of every 4.
4,
4.
4. But there is hope. Today, most mental illnesses can be managed and treated. Visit your general doctor if you feel concerned about your thoughts and behaviors, or have some difficulty dealing with some of life's issues.
If If you have been diagnosed and are suffering from a mental illness, keep in mind these 4 points to help you manage your mental health.
1. Get regular checkups with your general doctor.
2. Stay on your treatment plan to prevent relapses.
3. Find a strong support group in your family and friends.
And 4. Never be afraid to ask for help and look out for the warning signs of your illness.
Remember, you are not alone. We are as close as one.
2.
3.
4.
Learn about mental health illness by going to the Mental Health Foundation's website at www.mhf-sxm.com.
But the evidence shows something different. The evidence shows that even though there's an upward trend of warming, it is happening at a faster rate than it should. With the evidence shows is due to carbon and greenhouse gas effects and emissions, a man-made phenomenon. Imagine scientists are often coerced by multinational corporations to suppress their research. A survey conducted by the US House Oversight and Government Reform Committee in 2007 reported that nearly 50% of all respondents perceived and personally experienced pressure to eliminate the words climate change, global warming, or other similar terms from a variety of communications. Wow. This debate is all about economics, and regardless to the scientific evidence, as long as money is in play, this debate will go on for a very long time. On a lighter note, did you know that there are still people that claim that the earth is flat? Really? With all the images of Earth from space that we see on almost a daily basis, showing the beautiful horizons and curvature of our Earth, really the Earth is flat? This blows my mind, go figure. But moving on. In today's world, it is actually not just about science. Our conversations should and must include technology, engineering, and mathematics, often referred to as STEM. And there are growing movements to include the arts as a salient and critical element for scalable societal advances, and therefore transforming STEM into STEAM. Regardless, these areas collectively are paramount for solving the type of intractable issues our world is faced with, and for driving innovation in 21st century societies. And the ones we must engage and empower are our youth more vigorously in pursuing these fields.